Hello, I'm Robert Egby, the author of Cataclysm'79, The Day the River Stopped, and I'd like to talk to you for a few moments about this novel. It all circulates around a mountain. For 50 million years, Vicar Peak towered above the river canyon. Early one morning, a final earth tremor undermined the west wall. It created 6 days of cataclysmic hell for 300 celebrity guests, civil defense officials, the media, and a politician. And it all happens in an historic place in Canada's British Columbia, known as the Fraser Canyon. It happens over that very important day in Canada, July 1st. It's the Canada Day weekend in 1979. Our hero of the novel is a man who has been injured in 2 wars, Vietnam and also in Northern Ireland. He's international news correspondent Paul Rowan, and he's been reduced to writing travel columns, and he's assigned to the task in British Columbia's spectacular and historic Fraser Canyon. It all happens at the super luxury Wagon Master Resort, which was built with a little bit of shaky manipulation of the environmental laws, which, well, anyway, Paul Rowan turns up and collides with his past in the shape of a long-lost love. It's the beautiful Natalie DeAndrea, and Natalie secretly aborted Rowan's child. And of course he's shocked, not only to find out about the child, but that Natalie is now married to the resort manager, a blonde-haired muscle man described as too healthy to be honest by one of the reporters. He's the blue-eyed boy of Victor Stavrakis, the Greek tycoon. Rowan desperately wants to write his piece and just get out of the place, but fate intervenes. Vickers Peak, a bare mountain that has overshadowed the canyon for 50 million years, crashes down and blocks the Fraser River, 2 railway lines, and the Trans-Canada Highway. While the narrow waterway is in full runoff, packing 2 million gallons a second, and water is backing up fast into the Wagon Master with its 300 international celebrity guests. In addition to nature's cataclysm, Rowan discovers that just about all the guests are battling their own mental and physical wars. Some of them wildly egotistical, others, well, you'll just have to read how each character reacts to the impending cataclysm. Experts theorize in the book that the great and relentless Fraser will break through the blockage in 6 days, sending a disastrous wall of water to devastate the Fraser Valley and Metro Vancouver. But the Minister of Highways rejects the theory, claiming it just won't happen. Well, meanwhile, Rowan is desperate to win back his old love, and together with newly acquired friends get out alive, and their only transport is a 40-year-old Dodge pickup. Although totally fictional, the idea for the story came from a 1967 talk given in Vancouver to the Canadian Good Roads Association. And the idea, which was a news story at the time, the idea always haunted me. And so I started writing a book around that theory. And I got to living with the characters, the loves, the hates, the background, and the desires. And the story became sort of an epic, 160,000 words. Although adventure fiction, the story is set against a real-life background of events in the late 1970s. And one character is a very interesting man. He's an earth sciences professor who brings a sense of reality to the story by quoting how other communities across the United States and Canada have handled such disasters. Not too well, incidentally. But the problem with this one is that no one is inclined to listen, particularly the politicians. This is my second novel set in Canada. The first one was The Guardians of Stafka, The Deadly Hunt for the Romanov Gold, and that's a thriller too. And that one started in Georgia, the town of Gori, which happened to be Joseph Stalin's birthplace in the mid-1890s. And the story of Stafka finishes with a devastating battle in the west coast mountains of Canada, also in 1979. These books are available at all leading bookstores, Amazon and the Book Depository. And this particular book is also available on Amazon Kindle. And when you have read Cataclysm'79, The Day the River Stopped, please drop me a line on what you think about it. And if you can, you'd like to write a review, I would appreciate a review on Amazon, in whatever country you happen to live. Meanwhile, I'm writing a fourth novel that may well get me burned at the stake. Well, close anyway. Ciao. Bye-bye for now.